Alright, it was good. Trade recap for today. We went 2 wins, 1 loss, 1 break even. Honestly, I'm happy with all the setups I took. I'm not mad at one setup I took today. Even though I took 1 L, 1 break even, I'm happy with what I took today because they're all great setups. The reason why I haven't made any trade recaps is I really wanted to wait for I really only want to post days where showing what an A plus setup is. Plus my strategy has been I have been making tweaks to my strategy recently. So we'll start off with our first setup. So bias was clearly bulls today. Overnight, we peak out of this week's balance, right? Of previous week balance right here. We peak out, but coming in a market open around 6 a.m. pre-market, we already accept back into previous week's balance. So I'm okay, we're bullish, but we could not take longs off of that because we're coming in a market open. We're already well above it. So the only thing I'm looking for is longs. Okay. Good thing I have these POC levels. These are yearly. These green lines are yearly POC levels, marking out the most significant POCs. Okay, as you can see. So 9:30, I'm patient. I like waiting for pullbacks. The 9:30 we extend. We leave so many trapped here. Around 300 trapped at this low. I wait for this pullback here, and I usually wait for a delta flip. Why I think waiting for delta flips, at least on a time based footprint chart, is bad is because your fill is just going to be horrible. Now, if you were to wait for a delta flip on a range based chart, range based footprint chart, that's a different story. Okay. But since I don't have a range based footprint chart, I just go off the tape, and on the tape, I just saw buyers coming in. And not only do you want to see buyers come in, but you also want to see price move along with it. And that's why I would get a better fill than rather waiting for a delta flip. Okay. So that was first trade. And I'm taking profit. I have a stack of a bunch of levels here. This is an overnight extreme. I have a weekly level here. We have peak money line, overnight high here. So I wasn't being greedy. Took profits at 13.5 points. And then we get back to our second and third trade where we first took a L and then we took a dub for 1.86R, catching 6.5 points. So this is at 3.9, literally only a few minutes later. You see we make this low, trapping sellers. I get first entry here, right? At 6.7, I believe. Yeah, 6.7.5. And I do get stopped, right? Because I run a 3.5 point stop. So I do get stopped. I just re-enter on this candle when I see more trap, and then buyer step in again on the tape, even on bookmap too. So this is what so tape confirmation, heavy buying come in. So I saw like 19 cons plus through multiple levels. And you know how I usually wait for imbalance at the low, but this quote I've heard recently from this wise man, wise trader. He said, "When I see money in the corner, I walk over and pick it up." Meaning this setup is just so obvious, even though it doesn't have an imbalance like I like. It's obvious that we're gonna extend. Okay, we're bullish throughout the whole day. It's an expansion day. All this trap, buyer step in. Yeah, there's no imbalance here at the lows like I like that. But when you see money over in the corner, bro, you just gotta go walk over and pick it up. Okay. So that was that dub. This was over here, as you can see, and I took profit here. This level right here. Also, Bookmap was stacking really hard right here. And then for the last trade, at 4.9, this was a man. Your close break even, so I close a little above break even because I honestly could have closed way earlier, like here. That's all right. So we'll just go over the entry at 4.9. I mean, you could just see this is obvious. Again, no imbalance at low, no exhaustion. But I don't wait for exhaustion anymore if there's a large amount of absorption. Still, I want to see a imbalance at the low. But then again, you see money over in the corner, you're just gonna go walk over and pick it up. All right, this is so obvious. Entry here when I see buyer step in at 4.9. All right, pull back to the level. I can show you. Here it is at 4.9. Little breakout. Playing a little breakout at 4.9 here, right? And I wanted to take profit. This extreme, right? I want to take profit at this level. It was wave 7 daily combined with this weekly level. So this is overnight point of control. I believe that, yeah, that is overnight point of control combined with the wave 10. Okay, so as soon as price hits that, I'm break even. And just buyers get exhausted. They don't want to step in. Tape was just looking bearish. No buyer stepping out on tape. So I manually close. I get filled around here. And yeah, I'm not even mad at, you know, any of those executions. All those executions in my book were clean. I want to see the flow here that I didn't take at 5.8. Let's see if there's a setup at 5.8. Nice imbalance. No exhaustion, but look at those trapped. 350 did a good amount. Yeah, that's nice. At 5.9. Yeah, that was a nice entry. That's nice. Yeah, that's actually, this would be a nice long two at 9.59. That's nice. Yeah, so that's the trade recap. Yo, I really like all my executions. And yeah, appreciate y'all for watching. Peace out.